Hello, and welcome to Restaurant Recipe Recreations. This channel is dedicated to teaching you how to create your favorite signature dishes from the most popular restaurants. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to recreate the French onion soup from Applebee's. And this episode is a subscriber request, so this video goes out to my girl Tamika. I hope you enjoy it, Tamika. But before we do, everybody, I would like to ask that if you find this channel fun, informative, if my videos bring you value by teaching you how to recreate your favorite signature dishes from the most popular restaurants, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already. And if you like this video, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Of course, it helps me with YouTube, but it does also help me to know what my viewers like and what you're looking for. So enough of that, because I'm sure that you've already subscribed. So let's go ahead and get started with Applebee's French onion soup. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to get the onions and the garlic sauteing so that they have time to get a great caramel color on them. So I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So you just want to melt this butter in a very, very large pan or a stock pot because you will be adding a lot of broth and a lot of onions. So just make sure that your pot is large enough. Keep the butter moving because you don't want the butter to brown, you just want the butter to melt. Now to that melted butter, you want to add 1.5 teaspoons of fresh or grated garlic. Get that moving around in the pan until you can smell the nice aroma coming off of it. And then to that pan with the garlic, you're going to add 10 cups of very thinly sliced white onion. Go ahead and give these a nice stir, but then you're going to leave these alone because you want these onions to cook down and then to develop a nice brown caramel color. It's that brown caramel color that really brings out the flavor in a French onion soup. So now we're just going to let these cook all the way down. The total amount of time to get the onions and the garlic to this level of caramelization was about 20 minutes. But this is the color that you're looking for. It's a nice deep, deep brown color. And now that the onions are ready, you want to add 8 cups of beef broth, 1 tablespoon of beef base. Beef base is like a bouillon, except that it's in a paste form. You can get it at the grocery store. What beef base is all of the solids from a beef broth, along with aromatics and herbs that have been cooked down to form a paste. And now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of mushroom powder. This is a porcini mushroom powder. A little harder to get in some markets, I will admit, but you can get it online. Don't add any salt yet because there is quite a lot of salt both in the beef base and the beef stock. So we'll try it at the end and see if it needs any salt. But in the meantime, we need to let this simmer down for 30 minutes. So the beef broth and the beef base and the onions and the garlic and the mushroom powder have all been simmering for about a half an hour. And I just tasted it and I think it is perfect and ready to go. In fact, in my research for this episode, I just had the Applebee's French onion soup at Applebee's about a week ago. And I tasted this and I think that it is just spot on. So I'm not even going to add any salt or pepper to it. And now I just need to show you how to build it and finish it. Then you just want to fill your oven-safe bowl near the top. This is kind of a big bowl, but whatever. Just make sure that you can put it back in the oven and under the broiler, which is a more intense heat than just the oven. And so now the crouton that goes on top of the Applebee's French onion soup is called Holland Rusk. I'm not gonna lie, these are kind of hard to find. I had to go to about 3 large grocery stores before I could find these. Reese happens to be this brand. I know that there are other brands. Now, if you can't find Holland Rusk, then feel free to use a slice of thick bread or some other kind of crouton. But this is the real deal. This is exactly what they put on top of their French onion soup. In fact, if you go to the Applebee's website and you pull up the nutritional information for the French onion soup, they will list Holland Rusk as one of the ingredients. I know this because, of course, in my research I did it, and it's just a very crispy, somewhat thick, round-shaped crouton, essentially. And in all honesty, it's kind of genius because it's perfect for French onion soup because the round nature of the crouton fits perfectly in the round nature of a bowl. So you just set that on top, and then you're going to take some shredded Parmesan cheese and put that right on top of your crouton. And then you are going to take sliced Swiss cheese. You'll find a lot of copycat recipes for the Applebee's French onion soup online, and every one that I have found claims that it's provolone cheese. It is not, it's Swiss cheese. And then you just lay the Swiss cheese on top, however many slices you want. The floating crouton will keep the cheeses from all sinking down to the bottom. But when you put the cheese down, make sure that you leave like a little bit hanging over the edges so that when you put it under the broiler, the cheese will melt and do that awesome thing that French onion soup does, which is like kind of like drip down the sides. And then you just want to go ahead and broil the cheese until it's exactly the way that you like it. Some people like their cheese a little bit darker and crispier. Other people like it a little less so. So just broil it until it's perfect for you. And I'm not even playing when I tell you that French onion soup probably has been one of my favorite things my entire life. So I was super psyched to do this episode for you today. And Tamika, I hope that you liked it. Enjoy your Applebee's French onion soup. I wish you the best of luck in searching for your Holland rusk. And if you can't find it, no worries. Just go ahead and use a thick crouton. I always recommend using a crouton other than a slice of bread because the bread soaks up all of the liquid quicker and it just makes it soggy, and I don't think that that's very good. So use a crouton if you can't find the Holland rusk. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and you'll be notified of all of my upcoming episodes. And if you do have a request for a restaurant or a recipe, don't forget to drop it in the comments section, and the very next video that you're notified of might be your request. But until I see you again, everybody, have an awesome, awesome day. Cheers. I love y'all.